All right, sports fans, how's everybody out there doing? William Martin coming at you one more time here on YouTube with another edition of the 300 Pounds of Sports Knowledge Podcast. The decade of 2010s saw no MLB franchise win more World Series championships than the three that the San Francisco Giants took home. And when the Giants were in the midst of claiming that World Series glory, catcher Buster Posey was a big part of that. So, following the end of Posey's playing career with the Giants in 2021, he began to start getting involved behind the scenes and some of the stuff, regarding the Giants organization. And before you knew it, at the end of last year, he was assuming their role of their president of baseball operations. And now that Posey is calling the shots in the front office in San Francisco, it has not taken the Giants that long to get things turned around. So you look at it for San Francisco, and with the exception of 2021, where we saw the Giants win 107 games that year, they've basically been a 500 team for this decade. Okay, this year, it's looking a lot different because they're looking like they're once again going to be players in the National League West. Now, so far this season, the Giants are 37 and 28, and they're just a game behind the Los Angeles Dodgers for the top spot in that division. And if you look at this Giants team, it is basically the tried and true recipe that led to success for them during the 2010s as far as winning the World Series. And what it is, they're getting quality pitching and they're getting timely hitting. Okay, and that was a key for the Giants during that stretch where we saw them win three championships in a 5-year span. Okay, you look at the Giants' team ERA, second in the National League this year. They're also second in quality starts. Their opponents' batting average, they came into play today tied for third in the NL. And you look at the guys that they have in this rotation with the likes of Robbie Ray, a former Cy Young Award winner in the American League with the Seattle Mariners, Logan Webb, who has always been a solid pitcher for the Giants. He just sometimes doesn't get the run support. Landon Raup this year in the rotation. And albeit that a veteran like Justin Verlander, whom San Francisco signed over the offseason, might not be the Justin Verlander that he was a decade ago, but his presence in the clubhouse and working with this pitching staff has proven to be big for San Francisco. The return of Camilo Duvall to all-star form. 2 years ago, Duvall was lights out as a closer for the Giants. Really, his production was not there last season. And he's gotten back to that form that we saw when he was just simply lights out in 2023 for the Giants. And that's a big part of things right now. You go back towards the end of last season, Posey's biggest first move with the Giants, getting that extension done with Matt Chapman. And Matt Chapman has been one of, if not the Giants' best hitters so far this season, and it's showing. I mean, you look at this thing with San Francisco. Post Barry Bonds, the Giants have always, for the most part, focused on building their team around the dimensions of their home park at Oracle Park. Okay. Oracle has, whatever has been called, okay, has always been known to be a pitcher's park. The deep caverns out there, especially in right center field. And it's a pitcher's delight. And once again, San Francisco has the arms that are going to go out there and give them an opportunity to win every day. Also, it does not hurt to have a veteran manager like Bob Melvin. He's in his second year in San Francisco. So many trips, around the big leagues as a skipper for multiple clubs. And Bob Melvin has had success. And this is a typical Bob Melvin type team. This is a typical San Francisco Giants team that we saw during the time when Bruce Bochy was the manager. And of course, when they were winning those titles. But you look at the Giants right now, like I said, they're 37 and 28. This race in the National League West right now is very tight. The Dodgers are clinging to first place in that division. The San Diego Padres are half game back. And of course, like I said, the Giants are one game there and they're right there. And of course, even without that, if the regular season did end today, and of course, we still got plenty of time to go, but nonetheless, the Giants would be playoff bound as a wild card team. And I think this is big for San Francisco because, in recent years, signing Willie Adamas this past winter, San Francisco was going out there and they tried to be players on the free agent front, and it has not worked out for them. And I think now, just maybe now, things can turn the corner for the Giants in that matter. But I'll tell you like this: if the Giants get into the playoffs, and I said this probably like back in 2009 or so, before those Giants got into the playoffs. If these Giants get into the playoffs, they're going to be very dangerous because you have quality pitching. And of course, in October, pitching is something that you can't get enough of. And if you go back and you remember those Giants championship teams, they always did it with their pitching and they knew how to get the quality and timely hitting. And I think with the start that the Giants have had so far this season, I think this is going to be the impetus for Buster Posey to go out there and be buyers prior to the trade deadline for San Francisco. And I think he's going to try to go out there and look for a bat. You go out there and you get yourself another bat to put in this Giants lineup, along with the way that they're pitching. I think this Giants team is going to be very dangerous coming down the stretch and into the month of October. Strong start for the Giants. I don't think that they're going to be an up and down team this year, even though, coming into the season, I said San Francisco was going to push for a postseason spot. And so far this season, they're proving me right. It's one of those with Buster Posey. I thought this was a great hire for San Francisco when they brought him in. One of their great players who knows how to win, and he knows how to win with that organization. He knows what it takes, and the same tried and true formula that was a part of Posey's success on the field is now the case for this current San Francisco team. Like I said, quality pitching, timely hitting, and now the Giants find themselves pushing for the top spot in the National League West. And like I said, if San Francisco does find a way to get into the playoffs this year, they are going to be more than a tough out. But credit to Posey, as it has not taken him that long to get the Giants back on the winning track. But folks, that is going to wrap it up. And as always, I want to take this time out to thank each and every one of you for checking out the 300 Pounds of Sports Knowledge podcast here on YouTube. And as always, if you like what you heard and saw in this podcast, please feel free to hit that like button as well as subscribing to this channel. Like I always say, it's greatly appreciated. Also, if you're on the X, formerly known as Twitter, please feel free to follow me at 300 Pounds of Sports. And like I always say, you give me that follow, I'll give you that follow right back. That also goes for Instagram, as you can check me out at 300 Pounds of Sports Knowledge. You give me that follow, I'll give you that follow right back. Also, check us out on Facebook at the Sports Depot 365. And as far as I'm concerned, one of the better sports debating sites going on social media. But until next time, fine folks, my name is William Martin. I am signing off, and I'm saying thanks once again for checking out the 300 Pounds of Sports Knowledge podcast here on YouTube. Be well, everybody.